A perfect 10 severity SAP flaw is being actively exploited right now, days after the patch dropped. If your org runs SAP Commerce Cloud, this episode starts with you. CVE 202658231 carries a maximum CVSS score of 10.0, and attackers are already weaponizing it against SAP Commerce Cloud deployments. SAP released a patch just days ago, so the exploitation window is dangerously short. If you run SAP Commerce Cloud, verify your patch status right now. This is not a wait-and-see situation. TechCrunch has published a practical guide for checking whether attackers have broken into your accounts on the most popular AI platforms. These accounts often hold sensitive conversation history and API keys, making them high-value targets. Open each platform's session or login history page today and revoke anything you do not recognize. Security Affairs has published its international newsletter roundup, aggregating the most important cybersecurity stories from the past week in one place. It is a reliable way to catch anything that slipped past your daily feed. Subscribe to stay current without spending hours across dozens of sources. IntelTechniques has pushed an update to its OSINT tools collection, which is widely used by investigators, red teamers, and security researchers. Outdated OSINT tools can return stale or broken results, undermining investigations. If you rely on this toolkit professionally, pull the latest version and verify your workflows still function correctly. ChatGPT's Mac app now includes a feature called Computer History that builds a timeline of your activity across apps and websites on your machine. OpenAI positions it as a productivity aid, but it means a third-party AI service is reading your local activity continuously. Review the feature's settings before enabling it and decide whether that data-sharing trade-off is acceptable for your threat model. TryHackMe's Hacker Holiday series has reached day 3, offering a free, guided Capture the Flag challenge accessible to learners at most skill levels. Hands-on labs are one of the fastest ways to build practical defensive intuition. If you have an hour this weekend, working through it is time well spent. Dark Reading examines why corporate boards consistently underestimate technology risk until a breach or outage forces the issue into the boardroom. The pattern is well documented. Security teams flag risks that leadership does not act on until the cost is catastrophic. If you brief executives, frame risk in financial and operational terms. That is the language that closes the governance gap. Zafunana Treća Strona has published its Weekend Reading Digest, noting that threat actors are showing no sign of slowing down despite the summer period. The digest curates international security articles for a Central European audience and is a solid secondary source for stories that English-language outlets miss. Worth bookmarking if you follow European threat intelligence. Researchers from the University of Birmingham and Fuzzware found that a malicious SIM card can send commands directly to a device's modem, enabling arbitrary code execution, file access, connectivity disruption, and forced downgrade to 2G. This is a hardware-level attack vector that bypasses most software defenses. Be cautious about using SIM cards from untrusted or unfamiliar sources, especially when traveling. IntelTechniques has released a new firewall guide aimed at individuals and small teams who want to harden their network perimeter without enterprise tooling. Firewall misconfiguration remains one of the most common causes of unnecessary exposure. After reading it, use MonMyIP to verify what your current setup is actually exposing to the outside world. That is your daily brief. Subscribe so you never miss a critical patch window, and run MonMyIP to see exactly what your systems are showing the internet right now.